Welcome to a segment that we're going to call Muskie Basics. This is the very first, because this is the most basic of stuff when you're going muskie fishing. So our Muskie Basics series is going to be all just tips and tactics, learning, educational stuff to try to help you put more fish in the net. The first thing we're going to start off with is just the release tools. And that's stuff that you need when you put a muskie in the net to help you unhook it safely, help get the fish out of the water and get that back safely. We'll start with the bolt cutters. And these bolt cutters are basically there for when you get a muskie that's hooked so bad and you can't get it out using conventional tools like this channel locks or this long hand tool grabber. If you can't get it out with that, it's always safest just to go right to the bolt cutters and start cutting them. This particular brand right here, this Knipex brand, that's probably the best ones on the market, and they will literally cut that thing like nothing. So when in doubt, if you need to, just go ahead and start cutting hooks. We always start with this tool here first to try to pop them out, because we'd rather not cut hooks if we don't have to, or this tool right here if you really have something that's deep and you really need to grab, you can use the channel locks. These three tools are going to be the most important ones you have when you're going to try to get a hook out of the face of a muskie. On occasion, if the muskie's hooked down deep, you're going to have to use one of these mouth spreaders or jaw spreaders. We don't use them real often, but it's definitely a tool that comes in handy when necessary. You just stick it in there, it'll open up their mouth, and that way you can use, one of your other tools you need to get in there and unhook that muskie. You're going to go buy some lures and you're going to want to go chase muskies, but what you're going to want is one of these files, so that way you can get your hooks razor sharp. It's just a matter of giving them a couple of swipes on each barb as you go around the bait. It's definitely worth it because you want these things to be razor sharp. The last thing you want to have is dull hooks, because everybody knows that a muskie bite can be tough, and when you got a chance at a muskie, you don't want to lose it because your hooks are dull. So on occasion, you're going to need to either change out hooks because they wear out, you cut them because you caught a muskie. So what you're going to want is a pair of these split rings pliers. It's just got that little notch right in there. You can go ahead and pop it in, if I could pop it in. And then what you do is you just open up that split ring just a little bit. That way you can pop that out of there. Just that easy. It helps for, some people like to put a split ring on the front of their baits, so this helps that. But this is a basic tool that you're going to want if you're brand new to muskie fishing. You're going to want a split ring pliers. Another tool that you'll watch us use in our next video are these release gloves. Release gloves can keep your hands way cleaner, so you don't get gill rakers and you don't get hooks in your hand. Not so much for hooks in the hand, but I'm going to say these are for gill rakers. Get a pair of these Muskie Armor gloves. They're roughly $17.99, $18.99, somewhere in there. You just put them on. I normally only wear the one, and that's just the hand that I'm going to go at. I'm always going at the muskie with my left hand. I always grab the muskie by my left hand, so I always just use the left hand glove. So you're going to want to get a pair of these gloves. They help protect the slime in the muskie, but they also help you get a better grip on them. They're almost like a glorified baseball glove, but what they are is they just help get a better grip on that muskie and protect your hands from any hook rakers. The last tool we're going to want to look at is a big old muskie net. This one here is the Drifter XL series. I particularly like the XL series because I muskie fish solo quite a bit. It's got a big deep hoop, and you can fit a really big size muskie in there. Some guys want to go with the XXL model, which is a great model also, but if you're going to be a solo muskie fisherman and you're going to try to net them one-handed, this one's a little bit quicker to go through the water. So what I would do is I'd look into the XL model by Drifter. And this is probably, all these tools, all the tools that we've talked about in this video are really important, but this here is super important. When you put that muskie in the net, you're going to drop down, you're going to basically just use it as a really big holding pen for these muskies. There's plenty of room in here for that muskie to swim around. He can stay in the water free while you work on him. You just hold it over the side just like this. Get down in there with your tools, get the hooks out, whether or not you need to go here with this or you got to start cutting it. You kind of just have to make a quick judgment call on what you're going to do. But these nets from Drifter are really big and super great. That, like I said, the XL model is perfect for almost everybody. Some guys want to go with the double XL model. I love the XL model mostly because I fish by myself. It's just quicker through the water. It's easier to net them one-handed. So I just want to go ahead and wrap up this video. This one again, this is the muskie basics, and nothing is more basic in muskie fishing than release tools. Everybody wants to talk about how awesome this new bait is or that bait is, but it really comes down to, you know, you really still need the proper tools to release those muskies and release them great and, you know, have good health for yourself and good health for the muskie. So we really want to thank you for watching this video. We're gonna have the next video out is gonna be an action video. We actually caught a fish and we had it in the net, so fun times coming ahead. We got to use some release gloves, pretty sweet muskie that we got in our next video. But good, give us a subscribe, and if you could ding the bell so that way you get all the notifications on our future videos. We have a bunch more educational videos, and hopefully we keep catching the muskies this summer so we can continue to bring some of that action also. Thank you for watching.